Mermaid. Once upon a time, there was a beautiful castle in the deep sea. 6 little mermaid princesses lived there. The youngest mermaid princess was the most beautiful. She also had a pretty voice. When she sang, even the fish listened and danced. The 6 mermaid princesses enjoyed swimming around the sea. Their grandmother told them stories from outside the sea. The youngest mermaid wanted to know more about the world outside the sea. But mermaids were not allowed to go up to the land until they turned 15.
I really wish I were 15.
At last, the little mermaid turned 15. She went up to the surface of the water. She looked around. Music and sounds of laughter were coming from a big ship. That night, a prince was celebrating his birthday with fireworks. Pop, bang, boom! The sound surprised the little mermaid. At that moment, she saw the prince.
He is so handsome.
Suddenly, a big storm came. A huge wave covered the ship. "Help! Help me!" The prince fell into the water. The little mermaid saved the prince. She brought the prince to the shore. Suddenly, the little mermaid heard the sound of footsteps. She quickly hid behind a big rock. She watched a beautiful girl take the prince away. The little mermaid went back to the sea castle. She missed the prince very much.
Poor little sister, we will help you.
Her sisters found the prince's castle. The little mermaid went to the shore and watched the prince every night. She kept looking at the prince from outside his window.
I wish I were a human.
One day, the little mermaid went to see the sea witch.
You can be a human if you drink this potion. But you will feel as if there's a knife under your feet. Also, you will have to give me your voice.
Yes, I will.
The sea witch gave her the magic potion.
Remember, if the prince marries another girl, you will become a bubble the next day and disappear.
The little mermaid went to the prince's castle.
If I drink this potion, I can be a human.
She took a sip of the potion. Then she felt dizzy and fell down. When she opened her eyes, the prince was next to her. "Beautiful girl, where did you come from?" But she couldn't say anything. The prince took her to the castle. When she walked, she felt like a knife was under her feet. "You look like the girl I was looking for. How can I find her?" One day, the prince finally found the girl. She was a princess from a neighboring country. "Oh, princess, please be my wife," he said.
Yes, I will.
She replied. The prince was happy to get married. "Silent lady, can you be happy for me on my wedding day?" The little mermaid's heart was broken.
Sisters, what should I do?
The prince's wedding day came. The bride and groom walked onto the wedding ship. People celebrated the prince's wedding. But the little mermaid was sad.
I will turn into a bubble and disappear tomorrow.
Tears ran down her face. The little mermaid went to the front of the ship.
Little sister, look, we are here.
The sisters were waving their hands from the water.
Little sister, take this. We traded our hair with the sea witch for this knife.
The first sister gave her a knife.
Stick it into the prince's heart before dawn. You can become a mermaid again.
The little mermaid took the knife. The sisters said goodbye and went into the sea. At night, the little mermaid walked into the prince's room. She held the knife and looked down at the prince.
I can't do this.
She thought. When the sun rose, she left the room. She threw the knife away and jumped into the sea. Then she turned into a bubble. The little mermaid's bubble soared up to the sky.